Kulusevski. Mikey Moore.
Not necessarily trying to pick anybody out, any individual out, just plays the ball into that corridor, that space between the goalkeeper and back line. It's really difficult to defend when a quality ball like that is delivered in there.
I'm going to be kind to you today, Andy. There speaks another high-class deliverer of set pieces with the left foot.
That's unusual. You've been kind to me. We'll see whether it lasts.
Kulusevski. Mikey Moore. Well, if your confidence is low, all right, they have beaten Brentford recently in the league and enjoyed a couple of Europa League victories in the new year. That odyssey will continue against as yet undetermined opposition in the round of 16. Having been on the receiving end of a bit of a hiding at Tottenham, at Anfield, this is going to be a major test of character.
Well, we say it so many occasions, away from home, get through the first 20 minutes unscathed. It's not happened. Tottenham have made that individual error and a goal behind. Just makes the task much more difficult, knocks confidence even more.
Already the Tottenham supporters who are gathered in the bottom right corner of Villa Park as you look, making their discontent with the club's figurehead Daniel Levy audible. Jed Spence. So seldom used in his preferred position on the right of the back four, for various reasons, is Dejan Kulusevski. Spence involved again. Tell into Son. Villa wanting offside. As it is, he's able to deliver a cross which got a deflection and a foul on camera by Kulusevski.
A decent bit of possession football for Tottenham. That will give them a bit of a lift to a dangerous area. Got the ball into the box. There was an obvious foul in there, but better from Tottenham, better in possession. Touch, and Kulusevski just nudges the centre half out the way.
Camera continuing there, such is the state of things, but that is the position where he made his breakthrough into first team football at Marseille. And the ball has again not bounced that kindly for Villa. Axel Disasi played in the previous round of this competition for Chelsea against Morecambe, so therefore he can't be involved today. Centre back, an area that, despite the signing of Kevin Danso, Spurs still keen to strengthen.
Look at the goal again, the amount of space there behind Pedro Porro. He does like to step forward, but if you step forward, you do leave space behind you to be exploited. It was. That said, Kinski should be dealing with the strike comfortably.
Well, you don't care how it comes in the cut and thrust of knockout football. And Jacob Ramsey with a little bit of fortune.
Normally from that position, the left-footed player will be drilling the ball to the goalkeeper's left along the floor, looking to pick out the side netting to the left of the goalkeeper. But he did the right thing, put his head down, got plenty of power, kept it on target. Ultimately, it was the goalkeeper's error that saw the ball go in the net.
Bergwijn. Three teenagers have come into the side today for Ange Postecoglou. There are a number of even fresher faces on the bench this evening. Was questioned about the potential of offering them some plentiful game time here tonight. I mean, it's a game of huge stakes as far as Spurs' season is concerned, and if it goes wrong, he was keen to make the point that it could almost destroy a young career. There's McGinn. Garcia.
Well-timed run, he's onside. He's just running out of pitch and the ball is slightly behind him, but he'll take the corner. But getting forward down the left is a big strength for Luca Digne.
And one goes, one stays in the way. Very attractive. Ramsey. Rodgers. Good football again from Villa. It's Digne poised to deliver and force a corner.
Yeah, the Villa fullbacks play in very different ways. Garcia at times will kind of stay at home, he'll stay alongside the centre-halves. Digne will provide the width. I mentioned it earlier with Ramsey drifting in field. The left-back becomes the left winger as he does here. It's a well-timed run, he's onside. He's just running out of pitch and the ball is slightly behind him, but he'll take the corner. But getting forward down the left is a big strength for Luca Digne.
And one goes, one stays in the way Villa build up. Konsa didn't get there at the near post. It was Bergwall who got it away. Son trying to complete the job. But here is Garcia.
He does all the hard work, so he probably deserves the opportunity to take the strike on. His teammates won't agree. They were expecting a cross. He's on his weaker foot as well, but in that position in the penalty area, why not shoot?
My goodness. Well, it's certainly not been a glorious opening. Anthony Kinski betraying plenty of nerves. Marlon! Well, the presence of Dan so vital.
He does all the hard work, so he probably deserves the opportunity to take the strike on. His teammates won't agree. They were expecting a cross. He's on his weaker foot as well, but in that position in the penalty area, why not shoot?
My goodness. Well, it's certainly not been a glorious opening. Anthony Kinski betraying plenty of nerves. Marlon! Well, the presence of Dan so vital.
Villa looking so sharp, getting the goalkeeper nervous with the ball at his feet, give it away cheaply. The press is on for Villa, they win it back high up the pitch. And once Marlon turns, you think he's got a real opportunity, but it's that touch, the defender does just about enough to deflect the ball. Has to get close when a striker turns like that. You see the problems that Gray and Danso as centre-halves have for Tottenham. As I mentioned there, Marlon will play maybe up against them at times, and Rodgers will drop off into pockets of space. So it's causing the centre-halves a problem about when to go into midfield with Rodgers or whether to stay and the two of them mark Marlon.
This is Rodgers.
Once again, dropping deep, getting on the ball, getting Villa moving forward quickly.
Bailey. Will cut inside threateningly, and that'll make Kinski feel a whole lot better. Marlon. Now Ramsey. Tielemans. Bailey again. Ramsey to Marlon. Camera to Konsa. Digne. Villa's grip is firm.
Going back to that Leon Bailey chance, that is his trademark move, really playing on the right, dropping his shoulder onto his strong left foot. Goalkeeper's probably done his homework. It is a good strong right hand, but he probably expects the shot to end up where it does. Leon Bailey down that right hand side, he will provide maybe more width than Ramsey will down the left. With Digne pushing forward, Ramsey will come in field where Bailey will try and stay as wide as he can.
certainly needed a favourable wind early on, but there's plenty of time left. At the moment it's a touch of storm riding though for Tottenham.
Now, there are phases of virtually every game where you just have to stay in it, try and keep the scoreline as it is, don't let it get any worse, then hopefully the game will change. You'll have more possession, you'll carry more of a threat yourself.
They certainly needed a favourable wind early on, but there's plenty of time left. At the moment it's a touch of storm riding though for Tottenham.
Now, there are phases of virtually every game where you just have to stay in it, try and keep the scoreline as it is, don't let it get any worse, then hopefully the game will change. You'll have more possession, you'll carry more of a threat yourself.
Kevin Danso might have uttered.
Don't overdo it.
There's plenty of time left. At the moment it's a touch of storm riding though for Tottenham.
The game will change. You'll have more possession, you'll carry more of a threat yourself.
Kevin Danso might have uttered something similar to "thank you very much" there.
They're not helping themselves again. Ange Postecoglou wants them to play out of the back at times, but when you're getting pressed by Villa and really effectively pressed as well, don't overdo it, don't overplay. Can you play maybe a little bit longer? Play forward, bypass that press, don't invite Villa on.
Be much more tempted to exploit that avenue by Tottenham's lack of confidence. Tielemans with a terrific run. And they're inviting him to shoot! And that can be dangerous, as he's proved on the biggest FA Cup stage.
For the goal, it was Morgan Rogers in a pocket of space. This time it's Tielemans who's just stepped ahead of John McGinn. They're playing as a 2, but at times they'll play as a 1 will sit, which is McGinn. Tielemans can break forward into that pocket of space. He's available for the forward pass, and he'll be really disappointed. He's at the very least hit the target there. You see what he's trying to do? Just pull it towards the keeper's right, which reaction tells you should be doing better. They've got so many dangerous attackers. They put 3 or 4 quality passes together, and it's not just one attacker who's getting in, it's a variety, causing Tottenham lots of in a pocket of space. This time it's Tielemans who's just stepped ahead of John McGinn. They're playing as a 2, but at times they'll play as a 1 will sit, which is McGinn. Tielemans can break forward into that pocket of space. He's available for the forward pass, and he'll be really disappointed. He's at the very least hit the target there. You see what he's trying to do? Just pull it towards the keeper's right, which reaction tells you should be doing better.
There, people. Marlon. Now Ramsey. Potential here for Villa.
There's another good opportunity, but brilliant hold-up play, brilliant centre-forward play by Donyell Marlon. Strikers, yes, it is all about scoring goals, but you can do this type of thing as well. Hold defenders off, release a teammate in space, give them an opportunity to get a strike in, and that's your job as well. Just pulls this slightly, Ramsey. See what he's trying to do, drill it towards that far post, but pulls it badly wide.
The attempts mounting up. Villa perhaps feel that they should be in a more comfortable position already. This is Bailey. Son dealt with. The threat negated at source. Son, I'm sure, very politely letting Boubacar Kamara know how he felt about it.
Well, he is a player that can run effectively in behind defences. That's really what he's trying to do here. He's making the forward run. Kamara just blocks him off, clearly fouls him. You're right about Aston Villa, that Unai Emery will be So disappointed with team out 2 or 3 up. They completely dominated, creating good opportunities, not just shots from, from anywhere, half chances, really good chances. But he'd be pleased with the way the team is functioning, playing from back to front really effectively.
Well, the displeasure being audibly directed from the Tottenham supporters to Daniel Levy. And you wonder what implications that may have for others. Something needs to change, and I suggest it won't be the ownership, is the view of the Tottenham supporters.
I expect a lot of their injured players to come back fairly soon, but whether Postecoglou will be in charge of an improved squad, we'll have to wait and see.
It's not any great suggestion that from within the walls, such as those suggestions are, that
Jed Spence clearly unhappy about the decision to free kick against him. I think it's the fact that his studs are raised and he's just slightly over the top of the ball. That's the problem. He didn't really need to do that.
Marlon Jason. Dina flying up outside him. Ramsey arriving too.
Such a slick move. Again, they're getting players in between the Tottenham lines. That's causing them so many problems. Just that first touch from Ramsey, once that got away from him, he couldn't get a cross or a shot in.
Moore's onside. And he's got support from Son. Their first opening! Oh, but they can't make the most of it. Martinez repelling all borders. And Tottenham having a glorious chance there to equalise.
Well, he just needed to lift the ball, Son, but Emi Martinez is a giant goalkeeper, but his anticipation here, his movement.
Ramsey arriving too!
Such a slick move. Again, they're getting players in between the Tottenham lines. That's causing them so many problems. Just that first touch from Ramsey, once that got away from him, he couldn't get a cross or a shot in.
Moore's onside. And he's got support from Son. Their first opening! Oh, but they can't make the most of it. Martinez repelling all borders. And Tottenham having a glorious chance there to equalise.
Well, he just needed to lift the ball, Son, but Emi Martinez is a giant goalkeeper, but his anticipation here, his movement across his goal line is all important. As the ball is played, he's actually moving to his right, and he reads exactly what Son is looking to do. He's a great goalkeeper, who can make many saves, but look at his position, how quickly he gets into a position to block the goal-bound shot. And moving his feet, getting across his penalty area, so important in making that save.
So often he's there when Villa need him to be. But there you go, out of virtually nothing, a moment that could have dramatically changed things.
Yeah, it's a really high defensive line that Villa hold. They're getting behind them. Really good ball in for Mikey Moore, but I think again Son has that chance. He probably just lifts the ball. He has a quick look at the goalkeeper, because there's a lot of time to look at the goalkeeper, assess where he is in the penalty area. The keeper's going to ground. Could he have gone back from where the keeper's come from? Could he have lifted it? I think they're the two options he should have taken. Just hitting it low, straight at goal is where Martinez had moved himself into.
Charming Ezri Konsa in some difficulty. Son with a terrific opportunity to add to his 10 goals in all competitions this season, 6 of them in the Premier League.
It's brilliant work for Morgan Rogers, not just the position that he takes, so gets the ball out of his feet, drives forward, he gets his head up, doesn't try and be selfish, do all the work himself. He knows that Ramsey's in a better position, Porro's out of position, so he plays him the ball, he does the right thing.
Well, here we go, Villa's last centre-back standing of those that are eligible is about to be replaced. Lamar Bogard, who can certainly play there, is the replacement. And Bogard, one of only 7 Villa substitutes today. There's the Son chance again.
I don't think Son actually expects Martinez to be there. He puts his head down and thinks a normal goalkeeper's not going to get across, he's not going to block the shot, even though I drill it along the floor. The keeper's not going to be there. Martinez had other ideas because he moved his feet and that giant frame got in the way.
He was expected by the great majority, Lamar Bogard, to start alongside Ezri Konsa against Celtic in the Champions League, having done some work training in that position. Mounting concern in that area with Ezri Konsa clearly in difficulty there. They say about Lamar Bogard that he doesn't know what stress is. He takes absolutely everything in his stride. We'll see if he can get into some form of impressive stride as the game goes on. Well, plenty of mutual faith in that deal. Kulusevski's stolen it here from Tielemans.
The ball just seems to get stuck under Tielemans' feet there, trying to play out from the back. Aston Villa, Tottenham doing the right thing, stepping onto them, forcing the error, taking advantage when an error comes along.
Forward was, to understate it, somewhat heavy by Danso.
It's wasteful, he's done the hard work, he's been aggressive, he's got the ball back. Just a bit of composure there, stepping into midfield, just stroke that ball forward, get that pass right. Tottenham are in.
That's a foul by Danso on Marlon. Austrian-born to Ghanaian parents, he grew up in the English new town of Milton Keynes. And, has recovered superbly from what was very drastic news not that long ago when he was on the brink of a move to Roma. They discovered an irregular heartbeat in the medical. Bailey, fed by Rodgers again. Oh, and Kinski's there, but Ramsey on the follow-up, and Tottenham escape in the end.
Well, every time Villa play a couple of quality passes, they're really getting at the Tottenham back line, just slicing them open time and time again. Once again, it's Morgan Rodgers doing the right thing, playing that forward pass quickly, taking Tottenham players out of their defence. The strike is right at the goalkeeper again. This is the save he should have made, really, on the goal. Just get a good strong arms on it, keep it out. He knocks it wide, which narrows the angle, makes it really difficult then for Ramsey to score from that position.
Morgan Rodgers is having a field day at the moment. Showing extraordinary footballing intelligence and lots of craft.
Getting into a good position is one thing, making the most of the possession that you have is another. He's making such good attacking decisions.
Able to recover, keep it moving for Spurs. Jed Spence, he had that chance for Son, with a stoppage afterwards. Is it going to herald a bit of a momentum shift in this game? Terrific vocal backing from the Tottenham supporters. Kulusevski. It was on the margin there between Danso and Marlon. That could have been real trouble for the Spurs defender.
Yeah, be careful, Tottenham. They commit so many bodies forward. Their fullbacks in particular push on, so they do leave their centre-halves isolated.
Bergvall.
With your centre-halves isolated, when you've got players like Bailey and Rodgers and Marlon looking to break back at you, Ramsey as well, they have that dynamism on the counter-attack, so the last thing you want is those 3 or 4 attackers running at a couple of centre-halves.
It's Pedro Porro.
Spurs can't afford to give it away cheaply. Rodgers beautifully riding the challenge, and a chance to shoot, and Marlon on the follow-up.
Well, it's happening time and time again with Morgan Rodgers getting into that pocket of space. Tottenham just aren't dealing with it. Their midfield just aren't getting to grips with him at all. Tottenham defence just back off and back off. There's not an obvious forward pass on, so I can understand why he takes the strike on. Slightly difficult for Kinski. It's a bouncing ball, arrives on the bounce. So he can't really collect it. You're looking again to parry it away to safety. And once again, he just about gets away with it.
Connections needing to be formed swiftly here. Lamar, Bogard, there seemed to be a little bit of hesitation there between him and Luca Digne a moment ago.
We go back to the goal, of course. Kinski made the individual error for it, but he's not had a lot of protection from his defence. Too many shots are raining in on him.
Parting of the White Sea, I suppose, at times. And Morgan Rodgers holds up his staff. Tielemans. It's picked up by Spence. Bergvall. Pedro Porro will force a Tottenham corner. Benson Kerr at the near post. Tielemans winning that particular duel. Ramsey away. Spence via the body of Marlon. Some good tussles. Camera trying to come out with it. Moore does well. Now covering is Luca Digne.
Just slightly delays playing the forward ball, Mikey Moore. There's a little look, sees Son. By the time he plays it, Digne's read the danger with his pace. Gets back goal side of Son.
Best spell of the match so far for Tottenham.
It probably looks the best route to goal for Tottenham. He's getting in behind that Villa back four, getting Son or Mikey Moore, getting in behind the defensive line.
Villa dominating possession. And it's an intriguing prospect now as they face Tottenham side fielding a back four which has to be described as makeshift, whatever the individual qualities of the players involved, particularly at the heart of the defence. Kevin Danso on the ball, it's the only established centre-back standing. And making only his second appearance for his club.
There's a foul there from Tel, but that's the right idea. Again, if Villa do play this high defensive line, there's an opportunity just to drift that ball in behind them. Yes, at times Tottenham want to keep the ball to feet, keep the ball on the ground, but can he just mix up that attacking game, get Tel in behind, get more in behind, Son as well.
Tel, player Manchester United wanted, but not sufficiently to pay a loan fee. Very much an on-off, on-again move as far as Tottenham are concerned. Hammer intercepts. Ramsey this time. Rodgers popping up in the wide area. Repays the compliment. It's Ramsey. And the stick taken out of it by Gray. Well, they cut through again.
And once again, just intelligent interchange between Ramsey and Rodgers.
Tielemans guilty of a foul on this occasion.
Gets there slightly late, doesn't he? Tempted in, just catches his man.
Bentancur. On by Spence. Patel. Bailey eyes on the ball.
Really diligent defensive work there from Leon Bailey. The way he challenged Tell there, it was like he was a fullback.
Off Marlon a fraction. Intriguing week for him, having arrived talking of his desire to continue playing in the Champions League, then to be left out of Villa's Champions League squad with only 3 of their new recruits allowed to be registered. Unai Emery put it, I argued my case. Tell's delivery here for Tottenham. Away by Digne, but only partially. Pedro Porro. Garcia. And a tangle there between Gray and Marlon.
It's really strong play from Marlon. Just leans into the centre half. Gray is desperately trying to get to the ball, but he's having to go through Marlon to get to the ball. That's where the free kick has gone. The striker's weight, rightly so, is on his back, Gray.
He's got a touch of Trevor Peake and Clive Allen about it from all those years ago, if anyone still remembers that.
Sadly, I do.
1987 Cup final. Coventry Spurs. That was a year, not a cup triumph for Spurs. They did win here at Villa Park on the way to the final, beating Watford 4-1 in the semi. Bailey, Tell coming on determinedly, and ultimately coming out with it, although Bailey is full of fury defensively. I'd imagine for him, you've got some very high-profile arrivals. Asensio, Marcus Rashford on the bench. There's already competition for that position. It's been significantly added to. Oh, nearly a nearly moment for Son again. Martinez, though, alive and alert as ever.
That ball in behind the defence. Brilliant appreciation from Martinez to step out and become an extra centre half, really.
Tell. Danso.
Bit of goalkeeper is the save from Son, and then the reading of the defensive situation here. If he stays on the edge of his 6-yard box, there's real problems. The defensive line is high, centre halves aren't going to get back. He has to step forward.
They're a classic example of the concentration levels required to be a top-class goalkeeper, which Emi Martinez undoubtedly is, the top of the top class on present form. Celebrations may not be to everyone's taste, but his goalkeeping talent is undeniable.
This is a reasonable spell for Tottenham. Bags of possession, forcing Villa back. Haven't really created anything, though. Aston Villa, even with little possession, look really incisive when they go forward. Look so much more dangerous than Tottenham.
at least be a growing sense of we've got through the worst here, as far as Spurs are concerned, as we head into the final 5 minutes of this first half, which started ominously. And in 58 seconds, Jacob Ramsey scored Villa's first FA Cup goal against Tottenham at Villa Park through all the history.
Well, with that Son chance, it could easily be 1-1, but on the balance of play, the scoreline is more likely kind of 2-3-0 to Aston Villa. They haven't taken those chances. The keeper's that's only redeemed himself. They're not being world-class saves he's had to make, but he's kept the ball out. He's kept it at 1-0. That's the important thing.
Has found a good out ball, and Garcia, it's fair to say, saw that one coming. This is Bailey. Good offer from the full-back.
That's great defensive cover from Bentancur, because Jed Spence sells himself completely, goes diving into the challenge, chasing the crossfield ball, he misses it, and then suddenly it's 2 against 1 down the Villa right. Bentancur, that midfielder, defensive midfielder, comes across, becomes the extra defender, reads the danger and cuts it out.
McGinn wants this. Kulusevski and Son seeking to combine. Oh, Ramsey so fleet of foot. It's got to be such a great satisfaction when a player shines, having come through the academy. Great work by Marlon, but the whistle has already gone.
Consider how it started. I think Hans Postecoglou would be relatively pleased to get to half-time just a goal down.
On for Digne again. Danso is there. Brief bout of pinball. McGinn. Into Ramsey. Not surprising to see the wide players often operating almost as inside forwards. It can resemble a bit of a 4-2-2-2. If I'm getting the right number of twos, which is always a problem. Well, in exemplary fashion, he's put the worst behind him, Kinski and Kulusevski. Hoping for that moment, but Spurs have given it away again. Marlon!
There's Marlon trying to score here, because if he looks at the far post, you've got Tielemans just waiting to tap the ball in. I thought the ball had been slightly overhit, but again Tottenham playing out for the back, losing possession. Good press, good pick off from Bailey. I thought this pass is overhit, it wasn't, but Marlon, you look at Tielemans, just square that ball, get your head up, have a look. He's got his head down, all he's thinking about is shooting. He's no idea where Tielemans is. It's a big opportunity, it's a real let-off for Tottenham. It's a big opportunity, it's a real let-off for Tottenham. In possession, lose the ball. Could easily be 2 behind.
Martel through the challenge of Garcia. He's done well in the direct battle so far. Here's Kulusevski. Moore. Full of fight. Bergvall. Spence. A little bit of space opens up. Martinez. Too much, but he shouldn't have given the great goalkeeper any hope at all. At the break at Villa Park, it's Aston Villa 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0.